Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today we have another knife review, and that is this guy. And this is probably like last year or 2 years ago. Within the last 2 years, one of the most reviewed knives on YouTube, and that is the CRKT Pilar. Who knows? Everybody says it differently. I'm from Minnesota. I'm probably saying it wrong, but whatever. Cool, awesome little sheep's foot, almost butcher looking blade. It has an awesome polish, but we'll get into all of that and talk about some of the other options for this sweet little guy. So, let's get into it. So, first off, the overall length is 5.9 inches. The blade length is 2.4 inches. And the blade thickness is 0.15 inches thick. So it's pretty thick. Handle length is 0.35 inches. And the handle thickness is 0.43 inches. The overall weight on this little guy, this guy's just a little guy, is 4.2 ounces. So this is a chubby, heavy little fella for how compact of a size. Part of that is due to the thicker blade stock, especially for a knife this size, as well as stainless steel frame. It's a stainless steel frame lock. So stainless steel frame, aluminum back spacer, and thicker blade. So looking at the blade, like I said, this blade shape is probably what draws most people to it. It's very attractive. You have this kind of sweep up here that drops down into an awesome looking sheep's foot with this kind of decorative swedge right at the tip. Goes down the tip. It is a flat ground saber grind plain edge blade. And the blade itself has an awesome satin kind of polished finish, almost mirrored it seems at first. It has kind of continuous belly or curve to the blade, so there's no perfect flat, and I wouldn't say it's a lot of belly either, so it's just a very slight general curve. And then for deployment, you have a kind of capsule shaped thumb hole, which is pretty much kind of that. Oh yeah, this is made by that Voxnays guy. I forgot his name, but Jesper Voxnays. A lot of his knives have this same shaped deployment hole, so it works very well. It works really good. Do like it. So yeah, it works. Also on the blade, you do have this larger finger choil that goes right up to the edge, so you might have to be careful a little bit, but for the most part, it's fine. And then there's no jimping on the spine of the blade, which this is a smaller knife, and it should fit all right. So going into the handle, we have a polished kind of satin pivot pin. All the hardware is silver, and it's pretty plain Jane. The handle scale itself has slight chamfering around the edges to round it off to make it a little bit more comfortable and less boxy in hand. No jimping on the scales. There is a lanyard hole, which is nice. So if you're into lanyards, this would definitely be, that's nice for you guys. The fit and finish isn't perfect. I'm sure there's better fit and finish on other, like, certain ones, but for whatever reason, mine didn't have the greatest fit and finish, and so this little back spacer is kind of all cattywampus or wonky, and that's kind of disappointing, but whatever. It doesn't take away from the functionality of the knife. It's flipping over to the non-show side. You see the frame lock and the pocket clip. It's pretty basic pocket clip. It is 2-position pocket clip, tip down, tip up, right side carry only. And then you have the actual milled out or grooved area to allow the flexion and the lockup of that frame lock. Centering's awesome, and honestly, the overall profile and look of the knife really makes it attractive to me. As far as the handle goes, you know, you have this choil here, 2 fingers wrapped up, but nobody, I mean, when you use this knife, you're not going to hold it just by the handle. It's designed to fit with your forward finger choil and the other finger choil in, and that gives you a 4-finger grip. And then because there's a curve to the spine, your thumb, depending on how big your thumb is, can rest right in that. It would benefit to have a little bit of jimping, but you know, it's a smaller knife, so you're not going to be doing too many crazy tasks with it. So the absence of jimping is not a deal breaker. But you know, it's a smaller knife, and it's great for like doing finer cuts and slight carving, box openers. Like this would be a great backroom box opener. So yeah, super cool. Let's check out some other blades compared to it. We have the Sergei Panchenko, another capsule-shaped deployment hole. The Lancer, Blade HQ exclusive. We also have the well, let's do this. Let's throw this guy in here. We have the Kershaw Pub. And then, just because I'm kind of feeling these sheep's foot blades, we'll do the Kaiser Guru as well. So here we see, you know, a range of blade lengths, handle lengths, comparatively. Well, what the heck? A lot of people know what the bug out is. I'll throw that up front here too. Just to give you perspective. So there's that. Obviously the pub's going to be the shortest and whatnot, but you can tell that this is a smaller, compact knife. So now looking at the thickness of the blade, we'll start with the bug out. You can see that the blade thickness, this is a very stout, stocky guy, little guy, and it is thicker in handle and in blade stock. Bug out's awesome. Get one. Looking at the Lancer, the Lancer is pretty cool. I really like the Lancer a lot. Much lighter knife because it just has G10 handle scales. But obviously the Pilar is thicker in both ways. Looking at the pub, blade shape wise, is pretty cool. It's slightly longer than the pub as far as actual cutting surface, cutting edge. You know, they're kind of both sheep's foot butcher blades or whatever. And thickness, the Pilar is thicker. And then going to the Big Daddy, it's almost like they could be brothers. We got the Kaiser Guru and the Pilar. You can see those forward finger choils and the sheep's foot design, very similar. But blade thickness, it's pretty cool. They're basically the same thickness. Handle-wise, about the same as well. But for whatever reason, though, the Guru is much larger. It has titanium handle, but it's still much larger. It just feels so light and balanced in hand. So I really love the Guru. All right, so there's that comparison. Real quick, remember this knife has some other options besides... Oh, and the blade steel on it is HCR13 MOV, I believe, which is, you know, budget Chinese steel. But you can find this on Blade HQ in 3 other variations coming up. This is your standard variation, stainless steel handle scales, HCR13 MOV. They have an orange G10 version with like a black wash, I believe, or a black coated blade. So orange G10 as well as a blue G10. And the blade steel on those are still HCR13 MOV. But coming soon at the time of this video, whenever I get it up, you know, for all I know, by the time this video is out, the knife will be out. But Blade HQ is having an exclusive variant with carbon fiber handle scale and a 12C27 Sandvik steel blade. So a bit of an upgrade, and it actually lightens the weight to 3.4 ounces, I believe. But I'll leave link in the descriptions below for all these knives and whatever else I can. So if you want to check that out and find the most up-to-date pricing and whatnot, please check out those links. Other than that, last test. I don't know where my ugly brown glove is, the original, so I'm substituting with this other one. And there's some grip to it, but real quick, stainless steel handle scale, very slick, no real matte finish or anything. So any sort of cloth gloved would not be great. The thumb hole is accessible enough for me to carefully get it out, but quick deployment really isn't an option with this knife. The liner lock, or the frame lock, doesn't have that sharp of an edge, which kind of surprises me. There's a little bit of kind of like jimping in there to let you feel it, but my finger has slipped off wearing this glove. You know, I really have to press in to wedge my finger in there to deploy it. So not the greatest. And remember, there's no jimping up top, so thumb slippery. All right, does it pass? Can I open it and shut it with the cloth glove? Yes. Does it pass well? No, you kind of suck at the glove test, but I'll give you like a D+. So yes, you pass, but you need some work, buddy. Other than that, really cool. My friend JT's Knife Life, I'll link to his video. He's done some custom work on these with acid washes and etchings and whatever else. He does some amazing stuff. So I'll link his channel below to his Pilar review and whatever other Pilar videos he did. But he's done some really cool things with them. So there you have it. Definitely a cool knife, especially if you're opening a lot of boxes or whatever. Really cool. Would be great in a collection. And keep an eye out for those exclusive variations as well. Do recommend it. You know, price-wise, it's a budget blade, so anyone should be able to pick it up. Thank you, guys. Be sure to check out these other two videos here. Check out the eye in the upper right-hand corner. Click that big round subscribe logo button down there. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share, do whatever. Thank you, and I'll see you outside.